For over 1,000 years, the English royal family has stood as a symbol of power, prestige, and resilience. From the medieval days of conquest to the modern era of diplomacy and constitutional monarchy, the story of England's royalty is woven with ambition, scandal, war, and reform. The origins of the English monarchy trace back to the early medieval period when Anglo-Saxon rulers vied for control over the land. The first recognized king of England, Athelstan, ascended the throne in 924 AD, uniting disparate kingdoms under a single rule. However, the real transformation of the monarchy came in 1066, when William the Conqueror, a Norman duke, seized the English throne after his victory at the Battle of Hastings. The Norman conquest reshaped England's aristocracy, government, and language, laying the foundation for the royal dynasty's enduring power. For centuries, the monarchy functioned as an absolute power. Kings like Henry II expanded royal influence by establishing legal reforms that became the basis for English common law. His son, Richard the Lionheart, became a legendary figure, known more for his role in the Crusades than for ruling England. However, it was his younger brother, King John, who unintentionally set the stage for the monarchy's first major limitation. He was forced to sign the Magna Carta in 1215, curbing the king's authority and establishing the foundation for constitutional governance. The monarchy's stability was frequently tested, most notably during the War of the Roses, a brutal civil war between two rival branches of the royal family that lasted over 35 years, the House of Lancaster and the House of York. After decades of bloodshed, Henry Tudor, a Lancastrian claimant, emerged victorious at the Battle of Bosworth Field, defeating King Richard III and establishing the Tudor dynasty. Henry VII's reign marked the beginning of a new era. His son, Henry VIII, became one of the most infamous monarchs in history. Known for his 6 marriages and break from the Catholic Church, Henry VIII founded the Church of England, reshaping religious and political landscapes in Britain. His daughter, Elizabeth I, ruled during a golden age, defeating the Spanish Armada in 1588 and fostering an era of exploration, culture, and expansion. However, the Tudor line ended with Elizabeth, as she never married or bore children. The throne then passed to the House of Stuart, with James I, also James VI of Scotland, uniting England and Scotland under a single monarch. However, his son, Charles I, clashed with Parliament over power and taxation, leading to the English Civil War, 1642 to 1651. The war ended with Charles's execution in 1649, marking the first and only time England became a republic under Oliver Cromwell's rule. The monarchy was restored in 1660 under Charles II, but the political landscape had changed forever. By the time of the Glorious Revolution in 1688, Parliament had established its supremacy by deposing the unpopular Catholic king, James II, and installing William III and Mary II as co-monarchs under a constitutional framework. In 1714, the throne passed to George I, the first Hanoverian king. Although he was German and spoke little English, the shift to Hanoverian rule led to the rise of the modern parliamentary system. Over the next century, Britain expanded its global influence, controlling vast colonies across North America, Africa, and India. One of the most defining monarchs of this era was Queen Victoria's, 1837 to 1901. Her reign, the longest in British history at the time, oversaw the height of the British Empire, industrialization, and cultural shifts that shaped modern Britain. Known as the grandmother of Europe due to her descendants' influence on European royal families, Victoria cemented the monarchy's place in an increasingly democratic society. By the early 20th century, the royal family faced new challenges, including 2 world wars and changing public attitudes. King Edward VIII famously abdicated in 1936 to marry Wallis Simpson, an American divorcee, forcing his brother, George VI, to take the throne. George VI led Britain through World War II, symbolizing resilience as London endured the Blitz. His daughter, Queen Elizabeth II, ascended the throne in 1952 and became the longest-reigning British monarch, serving for over 70 years. Her reign saw the decolonization of Africa, the rise of the Commonwealth, and the modernization of the monarchy to remain relevant in contemporary society. Despite scandals such as Princess Diana's tragic death, Prince Andrew's controversies, and Prince Harry's departure from royal duties, the royal family has adapted to changing times, balancing tradition with modernity. Now, under the reign of King Charles III, the British monarchy faces an uncertain future in an era of increasing Republican sentiment. Yet, the institution has survived revolutions, wars, and political upheavals. Whether it will endure another century depends on its ability to evolve while maintaining its historical significance. The story of the English royal family is not just about crowns and castles. It is a chronicle of resilience, adaptation, and the continuous struggle for power and legacy.